Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show where a man completely immersed in anime culture torments his co-host, who is only allowed to watch the shows featured here. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. Alongside over 100 hours of exclusive bonus material, all episodes uploaded to Patreon are completely ad-free, even to non-patrons. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And I fall in love with spooky card game.
I'm Shaun Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase. All right, now that we fucked the rhythm of this episode right up.
Hey man, don't worry, it's spooky month. Fucking up the rhythm is just something that we do pretty regularly with this time of year. Usually because it was we were exhausted with haunted house shenanigans. This time around, it's just because we're scatterbrained.
Yep.
But no, Remington, I've got something weird for you this special spooky episode.
All right.
Because if last week wasn't weird enough for you.
Yeah, we've been in a pretty weird area, but I guess let's keep being weird and spooky.
Well, hey, I mean, that's just kind of the nature of horror, my guy, is when you're struggling to find an anime that truly lines up with, like, the philosophy of, and, like, execution of good quality horror, sometimes the best place to look is in the weird shit. Because the weird shit is at least going to give you something you might not have seen before.
Yeah.
And today, Rem, I've got something that's just a little odd. And it's odd for both meta reasons and contextual reasons as well. Tell me, Rem, what's one of the best things about the spooky season?
When you do your yearly slutty costume fashion show for me.
Well, I mean, that's one thing. But I was going to just say the chance to get with your friends and just talk and tell spooky stories together.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. I feel like that's a bit more of a broader stroke type of situation. And today's anime is kind of that conceptually. It's almost the anime we're going to be talking about today is called Yamishibai, or Theater of Darkness Yamishibai.
Okay.
And it is a anthology collection series of just short form Japanese horror stories.
Fuck yes, dude. I am such a slut for anthologies, especially anthology horror. Give me all of the spooky anthologies.
Yeah. And, like, when I say short form, I mean short form. Each episode is only about 5 minutes each.
Oh, shit. All right. So the weebs hate it. Because there's a bias against short form. There's a bias against horror. But I'm down with short form. I'm down with horror. I'm down with anthology. Fuck yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Fuck you, weebs.
And the weird thing you might imagine is it's a short form horror story with Japanese style ghost stories. But the extra weird thing is, as far as I can tell, Rem, it's still ongoing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think it has, at the time of this recording, 15 seasons.
What the hell? Oh my god!
Yeah. And, like, I've seen it pop up from time to time, but I never gave it much of a look because I was too busy consuming other things at the time. But, you know, I have an anime podcast, so now I have an excuse to watch the weird stuff and try and see if it would be interesting to talk about. But yeah, no, this series, it started in 2013, and its most recent season was 2025, middle 2025.
I mean, that is surprising for anything horror, anything anthology, horror anime anthology. Like, it has that amazes me. That astonishes me.
Yeah, it just seems like the kind of thing that was fully up our alley, more or less, in terms conceptually at the very least. Because, like, how could we not be interested in an avant-garde short form horror story spin-off type of thing? The one thing they all have in common is there's a mysterious yellow-masked man who is called the Storyteller, and he just tells scary stories.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, he shows up around dusk, tells children scary stories in the night. Very much a, like, Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps type of situation.
Yeah, we got a little fucking crypt keeper, baby.
Exactly. And he's just a yellow masked man who rides a bicycle and tells weird stories. And there's not much else to say because, yeah, each individual episode is its own thing. And I think having you watch the first season is more than enough to get you in the mood for spooky. And maybe you'll enjoy it, or maybe there'll be aspects of it that you're just like, but what if it was different? You know?
I mean, good chance, but hey, I believe I'm confident, I'm excited. Let's fucking do this, baby.
Yeah, you only got 13 episodes, but hey, if it turns out you enjoy this, man, are we set for spontaneous spooky episodes for the distant future.
Fuck yeah.
Because, like, each season is about 13 episodes, so,
Yeah.
who's to say that I would enjoy having this cash cow of of weird Japanese horror stories that are short form that we can takes minimal research on my part, but by God, do I have a perfect opportunity to make an easy episode. And as far as I can tell, these are like not adapted from anything. They take a mixture of folk stories and maybe some original ones to to the screen. So yeah, I think this can either be a slam dunk or a colossal disappointment. There's not much room for anything in between.
Yeah.
So yeah, without further ado, I think we should just go straight into it. Let's go watch some Yamishibai. And we are back after watching the first 13 episodes of the mini horror series Yamishibai. And tell me, Rem, did this satisfy your itch, your need for short form ghost stories? Or are you just really concerned by the fact that there's a strange man in a yellow mask going around just telling random people these stories?
Look, first of all, if that job is open, then I'm applying, because if I can just be a traveling freak telling spooky stories, it sounds like a dope gig.
Yeah, instead you're just a stationary freak on a podcast.
I know, it's just way less fun, way less interesting.
Yeah, no, there's not as much. You don't get to see the sights.
But no, this is just some bite-sized spooks. All right, very very brief, just like 4 to 5 minutes apiece. And it's in a nice papercraft style that I think adds a lot to it, while also keeping with sort of budget limitations. I know I railed before against sort of when we talked about Vampire Hunter D.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned how a lot of the animation just wasn't.
Yes.
Right. And you'll get a similar thing here, but it feels more appropriate because it's in that papercraft style, so you don't expect constant movement, right?
Yeah.
It feels more fitting in this case. And they're able to do some nice, spooky, creepy visuals. And each one, hey, as with any anthology, even if one is a little bit underwhelming or just kind of meh, don't worry about it. Next one's here already. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, I mean, you can say a lot of things about these shorts. You can't say they overstay their welcome.
Yeah. And overall, they're all pretty decent. All right. I do, of course, have a couple of my favorites. I don't think any of them were outright bad, though a lot of them end up sort of falling into the tropes you'd expect with being very limited on time, right? Where it's the 2-sentence horror story trope where it's like, look, you gotta, if it's short, you need a little final twist, but knowing that you need a little final spooky twist at the end for the vast majority of these means that you kind of know exactly what's coming and that it's not much of a twist, right? So it has that kind of issue, which is largely just a common problem with extremely short form horror. But even then, the vibes are still there, right? Even when you can see it coming, it's still lovely for the season, I would say. It's a great way to get in the Halloween spirit.
Yeah. Nice little bite-sized snippets of horror to just kind of get you in the mood for the season. And it's very Japanese-coded horror as well, so it's not the kind of thing that you would normally see in a lot of Western media.
Yeah. And so here we have 13 different ones. Honestly, I would just say, like, hey, check them all out, because I even decided to look at some other people's thoughts on the first season. Rankings are all over the place. People disagree which ones are their favorites. Yeah. So even though I have my favorites, and I think, if anything, it's rather clear, other people may fuck with things that I didn't. And each one, at least, has a little bit of something going on. So the first one is all about some talismans. A guy moves into a new place. He finds a strange talisman stuck on the ceiling. He's like, "What the hell's going on here?" And there's a woman in the house across the street looking at him, and he's like, "That's a creepy ass woman right there. What the fuck's happening?" He takes off the talisman. Next day, he's coming home and his door's unlocked. Oh, it's a little bit. He's like, "Did I leave it unlocked? Did I leave it open? What the fuck? Or what's going on?" He goes in, he sees another talisman. He's like, "Wait a fucking minute. That ain't right. That ain't okay." And sure enough, creepy woman, she ain't just looking at him. She's here. She's here right now. She just put that there. He freaks the fuck out, gets her arrested. Goes back home. It's a little bit shaken. Goes to his table. There's all sorts of talismans stuck to the underside of his table. He's like, "What the fuck?" He freaks the fuck out, rips them all. Joke's on you. They were actually protecting you. Bunch of ghosts. Then presumably he gets gangbanged by ghosts.
Oh well, I wouldn't phrase it like that, my guy.
I think that's what happens as soon as it goes to black. It fades to black because it's not allowed to show him getting gangbanged by specters.
You're saying it's very much the single girl on the black couch surrounded by just so many dudes. That's what you're saying essentially.
Yeah, but spectral, but ghostly. So that's a brief little flavor of them. I won't go through all of them because going through all of them, it would literally be me covering everything because they're so brief. But I do want to mention my favorites.
Yes.
All right. I want to bring up some of my favorites. We'll do a top three.
Mm-hmm.
Let me quickly decide which one I think is third on that list because I know my number one. All right. I know my number one.
The best part is, Rem, there's 15 full seasons of this. So
it's so great. I am amazed. This, like, don't get me wrong, it's like Halloween candy, all right? You can just, how sweet, just a little bit, perfect. It popping up. Everybody's just gonna enjoy seeing one or even a handful every now and then. There simply isn't enough for you to grow tired of it. And as all anthologies, sure, you'll like some more than others, but as long as you end up liking a few per season,
mm-hmm.
as long as you think a few per season are really neat, most are pretty decent, and only a couple are stinkers, then you're fine. That's a good ratio, and the novelty enhances everything.
Yeah, not to mention that you're not wasting a whole lot of time if like it airs on the side of not as good.
Yeah.
Because, 13 episodes, 4 minutes apiece, like, you didn't even spend an hour doing this, my guy.
Yep. All right. I'll start actually with an honorable mentions. Go to video.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of kids watch a spooky video, and then shit gets creepy. And it's pretty simple, but I think the visuals really help that one. Tominari-kun has a fucked idea where a bunch of kids are like, hey, girl who lives in the apartment, come play with us. Come play with this shadow rot fucking thing. And she's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'll do it later." And that one, I think works pretty well. I think those are going to be the two main honorable mentions. A lot of them have good vibes. Number 3, I'm going to choose The Moon. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The Moon, it's a high school baseball team. All right, they're at a training camp, so they're at sort of a cabin type thing. And they're all chatting, and they're like, "Oh man, do you remember when we were little? Right? We also went here for training camp for Little League. And oh yeah, you pointing towards one of them. I don't know any other names. All right, we'll call him some random name like Lil Shaun. Hey, you Lil Shaun.
Yeah, random is it?
Yeah, just right out of the hat. What a coincidence, serendipity. You Lil Shaun. You fucking fell down the toilet. That shit was hilarious. And Lil Shaun's like, did I fall down the toilet? And of course it's like outhouse style, but like even greater scale. So like falling down means you do fall down. You end up in the poo pit. All right. And so Lil Shaun's like, did I can't really recall. And he's sort of like thinks back and he's like, I do remember that now. And as he's remembering, he realizes that he was there and it was dark and he was looking up and he could have sworn that there was some fucked up figure down there, some fucked up creature, person, something. And he's like, yeah, it was weird. And like his friends, of course, he could see them through a little, through the hole. And eventually he was able to get out, and he never told them about the thing he thought was down there with him. And as he's remembering this, he's going to the bathroom at night, and he swears he sees a face in the toilet, which I'll be honest, I mean, even if I had just ejected my bowels, I'd shit myself right then and there, all right?
Yeah, see if there's anything left in the tank, you know? Just...
Yeah, look, you look in the toilet and you see a little face just staring back at you, a fucked up little guy. No siree.
Like especially one of those old school like pit style toilets. Like that's not a good time.
Yeah. The face gone. He's like, what the fuck am I? Oh man, I'm thinking back on it, and so I'm primed for being spooked. And so he goes, washes his hands, and then sees through the mirror as a figure crawls out and emerges from the toilet. So yeah, that one just quite solid and nice and fucked.
Yeah, definitely not the strange man in the toilet in Majora's Mask who just wants some paper. Like it's there's no fun there. There's no whimsy.
Yeah.
Of a man who lives in a toilet who really needs some paper. There's just a creepy ghoul that pops out of the hole in the ground. It ain't great.
Yep. The silver medal is gonna go to Contradiction. With this one, a woman, she gets a call late at night, right? And it's from a close friend of hers, and her close friend is like, I'm in a rough position. Shit went sour. Me and my boyfriend decided to explore spooky, haunted, abandoned place, a hospital, I think. And I was a bit freaked out, but he was very eager. He ended up breaking into a locked room, and then I don't know, something changed within him. He just became real different and fucked up. And so I got the hell out of there, and I'm terrified. He's still around there. And a woman listening to her friends like, oh, that sounds pretty fucked. Not a phone call you want to get in the middle of the night, all right?
Yeah, no. Like, generally speaking, if I'm getting a call in the middle of the night, I immediately assume that it's not going to be a good thing. And if it turns out that there's going to be some extra spooky stuff on the other end, I'm like, so this is where I die, huh?
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
I don't remember watching a cursed videotape, but I guess ghosts these days can skip steps.
and so the friend is like, hey, I'm super freaked out. Could I come to your house and just sort of figure out shit there? And the woman's like, yeah, of course you can. And the friend's like, oh, thank God, I need to leave this dark, painful place. And the woman's like, what the fuck? What are you saying? What are you saying? That's a weird way to put that. That's a weird phrasing. Just at that moment, knock, big knocks on the door of the woman. The woman's like, oh, what's going on? Well, wouldn't you know it? It's the boyfriend. It's the boyfriend. Her friend's boyfriend, who's like, hey, I need your help. Girlfriend went crazy. We explored a spooky place. She went on ahead, explored some shit she shouldn't have. Not acting like herself, super fucked up and weird, and I'm spooked. And so now the woman's like, what the hell is going on? And ends up realizing, oh fuck, my friend is the possessed one, and I might have just like given her permission or something, like Dracula rules or something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel great about that. Goes to open the door. Oh fuck, boyfriend is fucked up too. And that one's just real solid. I do like. I'm trying to remember. It was. I'm trying to remember if it was Oddity or Caveat, but it was one of those. I think it was Oddity. Oddity, which is a decent horror movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it opens up with just like a prime bit where you just have a woman in a spooky house. Late at night, there's a big knock on the door, and this freaky motherfucker is on the other side. She's sort of looking through a peephole, And he's like, hey, you need to get the fuck out. You need to leave right here. And she's like, no, I don't think I will, because you seem like a fucking freak, my guy. It's like, that's you want to murder me is what's going on here. And he's like, no, don't want to murder you. In fact, you're in trouble staying in there. All right. There's something in there with you. If you want to be safe, you need to get the fuck out. Otherwise, if you stay in there, you're in danger. And it's just a really good sense of like danger coming from either end and not knowing which way to trust.
Mm-hmm.
And I really vibe with that spooky dynamic. But the number one spooky story of season 1 of Yamishibai is episode 5, The Next Floor. I thought this one was real good. This one, easily top tier. They did so much with it. You got a family, they're at a department store, all right? It's the son's birthday, and they're gonna get him some gifts. But oh no, dad has to leave for a work thing. All right, he has to leave, and mom's like, yeah, of course. It's clear that it's just not the first time something like this has happened. So the dad leaves. He goes into the crowded elevator. And the elevator attendant, who's already kind of ominous, starts going down to an unlisted basement floor, and he's like, "What the hell?" And then everybody else gets off. In this basement floor, everything is dark. All the lights are off, and he's like, "That's weird." And everybody else gets off at that floor, and he's like, "What the fuck?" But he ain't gonna get off on that floor. He ain't gonna get off on spooky, dark, unlisted basement floor. So he waits, and then it goes further down, and instead it goes to B13. He's like, now hold up a minute. And now the door opens, and everything is bathed in a red light, and then this crazed man who's like fucked up and bloody starts running to them, but the doors close. At this point, the dad's like, hey, attendant, what the fuck is all this bullshit? Knocks her over, but it turns out the attendant, just a mannequin. He's like, oh, this is fucking horse shit. He's able to return to his original floor, right, where he needs to be, normal department store. Thank God. He's like, whatever the fuck that was fucked. He leaves. He realizes the mall, the department store, it's completely empty. All right, completely empty. Nobody is around. Very liminal. And then the lights just slowly start to turn off, and then the elevator closes and leaves. And that's rad as hell. That, I fuck with that, alright?
Yeah.
It's quite a bit like sort of back rooms, or what is it, like the oldest view, especially, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where, yeah, that kind of spooky, love the setting, love the environment, love the execution.
I would even say it almost has like a Twilight Zone vibe to it.
Oh yeah, like that one I felt was like the most well-rounded, where I thought it was not just successful for a 5-minute short. I was like, no, it was successful in and of itself, and it's wildly impressive that it was able to do that in just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So those are my top 3. Shaun, do you have a top spot you'd like to shout out from all the episodes?
I mean, I did enjoy Video quite a bit. That one was a pretty solid one for me, but I kind of mostly agree with your list, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like, I think those are the best. Like, and I'll be frank, I enjoyed all of them. Like, there was just a pleasurable time all together. I think the freakiest, like, quote unquote monster design was probably the ones in Contradiction. Just like the rictus grin with blood dripping from the eyes. Yeah, no, that's proper spooky shit right there.
Even in the ones I didn't vibe with as much, they at least had some good moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like Family Rule, I think is just kind of it ends with nothing, but there's some cool spooky masks. Zanbai is also kind of like whatever one, but the vibes are really cool. Even something like Tormentor, it has an interesting idea. I don't think executes it fully well, but has a fun jump scare at the end.
Yeah.
Like even the mediocre ones, they at least have something. And when I'm looking at an anthology, especially a short form anthology, look, it's great to get the full package, but it's kind of okay if you are mediocre, except for one thing you do well, all right? if it's 5 minutes, just have one thing stick with me. Just leave me with one particular thing, and it's okay if I forget about the rest. And I'll feel like that's still valuable because it was only 5 minutes after all.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, and you're a big fan of anthologies in general, right?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how much of our audience are as deep into horror as we are. And if they are, there's probably less of them that are interested in anthology horror. Do you have any strong recommendations that you can add aside from, maybe suggesting they give this little short series a shot?
Oh yeah, for sure. First of all, the VHS franchise is a genuine contender for just my favorite horror franchise generally. It is a found footage horror anthology. There are 8 different movies. One of which is bad. Look, VHS Viral is bad, I will admit. VHS Viral is trash. But all of the others are genuinely good. With the past couple, VHS Beyond and VHS Halloween, oh, I loved them. Great time. And the first 2 VHSs are also tremendous. Really, just there's so much really good creative stuff. If you just want to see some sparks of creativity, once again, it's not that these are like the biggest budget things, all right? But very often with short form, these directors and creators are able to experiment to a greater degree than they would be able to otherwise, right? And so you'll get a lot of big swings. Some work, some don't, but it's always interesting to see. Other anthologies, a series by series anthology that I really, really fuck with is Channel Zero, which each season is inspired by a different creepypasta, just a different online spooky bit of writing, which is great. And it is made with such heart and such care that once again, their ambitions are often higher than what they're able to execute on, but it's made with such care that oh god, I love it so much. You got things like Twilight Zone, Black Mirror, of course those heavy hitters, which are tremendous in many ways. Creepshow is a fun campy time. Mortuary Collection is also a solid one if you just want a feature length collection. Yeah, there's so many great horror anthologies. It's such a good style. Like, y'all, respect the anthology. Any of the ones I've just said, I can heartily recommend. It is rare that I find a bad horror anthology.
Yeah. And where do you think Yamishibai stands in comparison to a lot of these, since it's such a different type of horror anthology?
I would say that based on this first season, I probably would rank it below like all the ones that I just mentioned, but it gives a different flavor. If you want something even more bite-sized, more short form, or with a focus on either a little bit more anime or even like kind of stop motion with the paper craft side of things, then this would be an easy recommendation to bring up. This one, it's solidly in the good camp. I think that it's not quite with the greats for me, but it's a good fun horror anthology. All right. If you don't like spooky things, there's not much there for you in any meaningful way. It's good spooky vibes, and even if you like spooky things, if you're more in it, like you want to see a bunch of groundbreaking stuff, no, this is just a bunch of fun spooky stories. All right, which is enjoyable. But I could understand somebody wanting a bit more.
I mean, there's only so much you can do in short form, and I think they did a fantastic job considering the medium and the content within.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
Look, man, I'm going to be cautious of any toilets I walk into that have, like, that pit style to them. I'm worried there's going to be a freaky little ghoulie boy just popping out trying to kill me.
Yep.
And, like, that's just a thing that's going to stick with me. Probably not as much as, like, my deep-seated fear of logging trucks will, but,
yeah.
Same kind of vibes,
For sure. Long story short, hey, horror is great. Horror anthologies are great. Check out, basically, if you're interested, check out all the things I recommended. They're all so good.
Yeah, I still haven't seen like the most recent handful of VHS
Oh, you should. There's
Yeah.
there's some dope shit in there.
Yeah, like I saw Viral and felt that was a mistake. So that
Yeah, Viral was actively bad. Viral, it it is one of the few like truly devastatingly bad horror anthologies that I've seen. It is so much worse than any of the other VHS movies. It just holy shit. It almost nothing in it works.
that's impressive.
It is kind of impressive because normally it's like for me and how I watch and appreciate anthologies. It's like I said before, right? Even if you're mediocre, or even if you're kind of bad, if you have one thing that you do tremendously well, one thing that you do in a unique, original way, all you need is that one thing, and I'll be like, yeah, that. Then the worst I'll say about it is like it was lackluster, but that one thing it left me with. There were so many that just they left me with nothing, and they were all, oh god, oh no, I didn't like it, I didn't like it, didn't like it.
It's almost amazing that they got, additional additional ones after the fact.
Well, I mean, Viral killed it for a while.
Yeah.
Viral, for a hot minute, put it in its fucking grave, and then VHS returned with its 94, 99, 85. It's separated into 3 trilogies, basically. You had the OG trilogy, 1, 2, and Viral. That Strong Start, a lot of people think it peaked with 2, and then Viral fucking killed it for a while. And then, like 7 years later, they revived it, and they've been going strong ever since. And the latest handful, Beyond and Halloween, possibly my 2 favorites of the franchise. It's just so good. It's just so fucking good. Like, if you ignore Viral, which I gave like a 2 out of 10.
Which is very low for you.
Yeah, it's very low. Especially, once again, found footage horror anthology. You're speaking my fucking language, all right? Though, oh my god. To give you that a 2 out of 10, it hurts. I think the lowest that I've given any other VHS is like a 7. Like, I'm just
A 7
I'm like,
out of
hey,
10.
I fuck with these, all right? They're all between a 7 and even a 9 out of 10. With the exception of VHS Viral, which is an abomination upon God and man, and I wish it was never created.
Well, hey, look on the bright side, man. At least now you're getting the good shit. Like, this spooky season, you've been doing all right, all things considered.
It's true. I enjoy the spooky shit I have received thus far, and I hope that it will continue as we culminate things into Halloween.
But we know what you think, Rem. What do you think the weebs think about Yamishibai?
Oh, see, this is a weird one, because I'm like, horror gets a demerit, short form gets a demerit, but it's been going on for so long. And I'm like, surely, if it's been going on for so long, first, like, people can start to be like, yeah, that's just a way of things now. It's always there, right? It's reliable. But it is horror in short form, so I feel like there's a ceiling. I want it to be higher than I think it will be. I want to put its sort of ceiling at like a 7.15, all right?
Mm-hmm.
It's horror in short form. The weebs will never respect it. The weebs will never truly love it. They're also less, let's see, when it's short form, they're more careless with their ratings, so we're going to get more 6s and 7s, where it's just, sure, I liked it, moving on. I think normally I'd be in that sort of like 6.7, 6.8 range, because it has gone on so long. I think that's actually a testament in its favor that it's been able to at least be a little bit more successful. So I'm going to say like a 6.94.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. I'm hopeful, but not, but I don't believe that it'll, because it's been going on for so long, that's indicative of it actually having a rating closer to what it deserves by weeb standards, right? And so I'm hoping it's able to break that 7 barrier and maybe, look, if it's like a 7.2 or above, which isn't even that high, but it's high for horror in short form for the weebs, then I would be thrilled.
Well, right. Yamishibai, the original first season that came out in summer of 2013, little early as far as spooky season goes.
Yeah.
But considering, like, to this day, they're releasing at least one season a year, and we're up to season 15.
That's so great. That's so see, and that's another thing that's great with anthologies, right? You just get a handful of different perspectives. You're able to churn them out, and because it's anthology. First of all, short form and short stories and just short horror in general. It's not nearly as saturated a market as anything else. But then second of all, it's okay for it to be churned out like every year because it's a bunch of still original, varied shit. As opposed to if you were to do that with, I don't know, Friday the 13th in the 80s that released a movie almost every year. You're following a chronology in that case, and that can get so fucked so fast.
Kind of like how Halloween 3 tried to, like, separate itself from old Mikey Myers and, like, make it like a horror slasher universe type of thing.
I think I might be putting words into his beautiful vampiric mouth, but I think Halloween 3 is Dylan's favorite?
Yeah, like, of the sequels. I think that he has said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, if you go into...
And I think I didn't super fuck with Halloween 3. They should have gone the direction of anthology style spooky shit.
They should have done more of that rather than just coming back to old Michael Myers and his various cult-based superpowers.
Just give me more spooky anthologies. Genuinely, I cannot have enough of them. Like,
ooh, piece of candy. I'll take another. Yes, please.
Every fucking time. Like, I cannot emphasize enough. I fucking love horror anthologies.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in the same boat, which is probably why I need to watch the more recent VHSs. But, you know, I got a lot of bad anime I need to watch, unfortunately. So it takes it away. But you said 7.1 for the score, yeah?
I said no, that I wanted it to be around there. I said 6.94.
6.94. Okay.
I want it to break the 7 barrier, and I want it to if it hits even like a 7.2, I'm thrilled. But I don't think that even with 15 years or I suppose 12 years of it, I don't think it's quite gonna get there.
Well, with 50,000 ratings, Yamishibai, Theater of Darkness, is sitting nice and pretty at 6.99.
Ah, it's so close to the threshold. It's so close.
It is right on the fucking cusp, my guy. It is painfully close. Because, yeah, people who clicked on this and had an idea of what they were getting themselves into were usually pretty like, yeah, great way to spend a couple minutes. Not a bad time. Nice and spooky, nice and fun. It's just like only 50,000 people reviewed it. And of those people, most of them were very hard in this is a 7 out of 10 time. And, you know...
The weebs just don't allow themselves to rate short form by the same standard they rate other shit. All right? They don't allow themselves to feel irrationally emotional about short form like they do with anything else.
Yeah, because of those 50,000, only 3,000 gave this a 10 out of 10, so 6% of the viewership. 32%
and look,
of the viewership
I don't think that it's a 10 out of 10 by any means, but I'm like, come on, weebs, be consistent with short form and horror. Rate that on the fucked scale you rate everything else.
Yeah, and like, aside from the 9 and 10, everything below 7 is like lower scoring, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot, when over 50% give it a 7 or 8 out of 10, that's pretty solid. But because there's only, 50,000 ratings, like the overall average is just kind of a little bit skewed. Like there's like about 1,000 people who gave this less than a 3. Which, I feel like if you go into this and you're like, oh, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, I don't think you went into this actually knowing what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah.
And like, if you look at most of the written reviews, a lot of them are glowing recommendations. The not recommended are just like, hey, this is disappointing. And I'm like, what were you hoping for? is the thing I was trying to get.
Yeah. It's very upfront with what it is. It's 5-minute horror anthology. It's what it says on the tin, very much so.
Yeah, and it's you're not gonna please everybody. And again, I think if more people were interested in this kind of thing, this might have just higher scoring in general. But as things stands, it is just on the cusp of 7. Just ooh, right on the cusp.
Yeah. Well, you know, at very least, it's been successful enough to keep going and make continue forever and ever.
Yeah, and hey, it's a great excuse for us to come back and talk about short format horror in the future. Maybe not even necessarily during spooky season, but hey, as somebody who occasionally needs a break, if I can put you in front of one of these series and just watch you happily clap your hands and we get to talk about good quality horror, then that's a great episode in my book.
Hell yeah.
And you don't seem like you'd complain too much either.
No, it's spooky, it's short, it's easy, it's all great, all right?
All right. Well, then I guess the final question I need to ask you, Rem. Is there any chance you'd like to watch a little bit more Yamishibai with me at some point?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic. Then with that, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed Remington happily clapping his hands like a toddler, then please head on over to wherever you get your podcast and leave us a review. They mean the world to us and we do read every single one. And if you want more from us, you can head on over to twitch.tv/animeoutofcontext, where myself, Dylan, and Remington occasionally play video games very poorly. And if that is still not enough for you, patreon.com/animeoutofcontext, where you gain access to all kinds of lovely bonus material, including the opportunity to be thanked live on the podcast. So, Rem, who are we thanking this week?
Well, as always, we would like to send our regards to all of our bland bitch protagonists, as well as our magical girls, who we really appreciate. But moving on, we get to our yandere waifus, who, what are they doing in the copier? And on that list we have, can Rem talk about the time Elijah has bears maul those kids? Gandalf wants to take Shaun's hobbits to Isengard, wink wink. Renamon was Rem's Judy Hopps moment. Shaun blocked my cock. Shaun, you have to slow down with the donates for Trump's next election. Is still a while away. He'll be okay for now. Don't stress.
I hate that.
I've got my thanking. Where's my yanking? I just got back from my honeymoon. Ryan Moody. John, would you prefer if people started to replace Red Pill Rollins with the Glizzy Gloinker? Which one do you personally identify with more strongly?
Wow, proper Sophie's choice here. Do I want to be associated with the people I hate the most in the world, or somebody who just really enjoys a hot dog? Gee, how do I choose?
So you're saying you can't help but gloink those glizzies?
If my only other option is...
All right, people, you heard it. Lock up your glizzies after midnight. Otherwise, Shaun will gloink the ever-loving shit out of them. We've heard it here on the podcast. Week 25 of using my Patreon name to request Code Geese, Boring Siren, Sparcy. That time I reincarnated as podcast host and forced to weep. Remington, what was your original sin? Hey, what's Shaun's email again? Missed it before. Shaun, the Glizzy Gloinker, Super Soaker, Pope Groper, Bunny Pumper.
I still hate it. I still fucking hate it.
Swaraj Verdi, Jake Dent, Wolfire56, Linnerd98, Lucky Stars, the King of Moe. God, fuck it, no more trans Shaun, we want Chinese Shaun. I suppose that we also have we have trans Shaun, we have Chinese Shaun, we have Red Pill Rollins, and we have the Glizzy Gloinker, the four faces of Rollins, as it were.
And yet they don't. It doesn't feel like they super apply to me. Can't help it.
I can't believe I made an account for this. Wes Kane, Shaun, you have awakened your powers, now fucking break the rules more. Bento Kato, Remington is right. Red Pill Rollins gooning for Kirk in solidarity. My Little Horse Rem, My Little Horse Rem. Beach episode and Harem Sporter, right, Shaun? Red Venom, a moe piece of trash. From the Shark Plushie, Dylan Appreciation Day, Aisha Gucci, Blarf, Macaroni Uchiha, Danielle Riot. The Danish Viking will conquer the world with Renorzo as my navigator. Shaun ruined my happy sugar life when I met him IRL and he just wouldn't stop talking about his favorite letter, Q. Super Zoo, Erica McCorkle, Shaun Rollins, Link Joe Curl. Shaun wants to give Spoonman a thank and yank. Rem uses the drums of liberation of free all weeps from bad anime. I showed my grandma and Shirley and she watched it all by herself. Did I turn her into a weeb? My Digimon is Mpreg Red Pilled Rollins. Daddy Rem, tell me a bedtime story about Shaun's nut. Turban, where's our DBZ review, you ginger fuck? Rem is my favorite slutty giant booba cat girl. Stacy's mom. Amazing Muffin. Watching Requiem for Spoonman at 0.5 speed. King Rich Rock. Pro tips out of context is Run Out Things Post will come back soon. Rhiannon Williams. Titan CNH. The Susanator. Brockhart for Jew Dudes. I Talk to the Receptionist. Yandere Neko. Anime. What if you just said you were doing a revisit and then you uploaded the original episode again, Ponders Miska? Fern the Fern. G Bottom aka Bear Trap. Sorry for not changing the name, but new plan. I think I need to Batman my town. Rem doesn't completely hate my favorite shows. No waifu, no lifu. I forgot to change my Patreon name and made Rem call Shaun a bog trotter until you brought back the Chef No Musketeer as a bit. Whomst, Cheese Monkey, Jax, Professor Fox, Jam Hands, Red Pill, Glizzy, Gloinker, Rollins. It just all goes together.
I think combining them is the worst of both worlds.
It just all goes together. You know, I think one naturally leads to the other, and I don't feel the need to clarify about that. Bakshin. Farmer Weeb's Rem question of the week for Shaun's pregnancy. You having a gender reveal party? Ross Palmer, Glenn Michael Dolans, and Cassidy. Now we move on to the Boy Wizard tier. What are they going to get this week, Shaun?
I mean, I'm just going to give them an episode of this show to watch.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
on that list...
it just seemed like a pretty straightforward solution, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'd agree. Nice and straightforward on that front. On that list, we have Melnick Suzuki.
You get the Talisman Woman.
Will the Thrill.
Zanbai.
Dominai Trigun. It will red pill even Rem.
Family Rule.
Titaro asks, so the amazing digital circus is Sword Art Online, Alkazation?
Alicization, but hair.
Pulmonary Potter, the True Boy Wizard.
The Next Floor.
Umbrasite.
Overhead Rack.
How Shaun likes it.
Just fucking Ginger from Game of Thrones looking up, distressed, just, oh god.
Rem still needs to watch Mandori. It's Maiko and Ave Mujica, or else Kazumi will keep singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Contradiction.
That Mouse Girl.
The Umbrella Goddess.
Truckun Operator number 42.
Cursed.
Everyone wants One Piece live action on episode 400.
The Moon.
Sammy K's here to remind you that you just lost the game.
Video.
Roscop.
Tomonari-kun.
Carver 271.
Tormentor.
Spoonman the Aristocrat is here for Party Quirks.
The interesting thing is you're going to hear the titles and you get to speculate, Rem,
Oh.
for these ones. Taro-chan.
Power Cell begs for the wisdom of the great Glizzy Gloinker. Please, Shaun, we need guidance.
Christ. Kitchen.
Monogatari is everything you ever said you want in anime. This week it has experimental visuals.
Inside.
I'd like to start a petition to replace the word brat with kudere.
Wall Woman.
Narakaza hashtag SONR soaking One Nut Rollins.
Locker.
Mike.
Now-chan.
Beethoven 1201.
Capsule Toy Machine.
Tom.
Farewell Confessional.
Silent Secondary.
Omini-san.
Miguel Deleon.
Bugged.
And Allfather offers Shaun for a purple pill to nullify at least one of the many red pills he takes every day.
Picking up.
And now we move on to the inappropriate Joey Wheeler tier, where Shaun and I will give you a 2-sentence horror story that describes your life. And how we're going to do this is we're going to go to the 2-sentence horror story subreddit. He is going to give you the first sentence of a random one, and I will give you the second sentence of a different random one.
Maximum effort, I see.
And maybe it'll be an even spookier story, you know?
Wait, hold on. Have to open my Reddit app, which I haven't touched in a hot minute.
I've pulled up just 4 random ones, and so we will see.
Alright, 2-sentence horror.
Alright, on that list we have Fleshy Anime Podcast Guy Wants ED the Anime.
Okay, the fact that some of these things on here are not 2 sentences are... I'm starting to think that this subreddit is dead. Because I just went with the top ones in the past year, and I'm not loving it, but sure, let's just go with this one. Because a lot of them are just pictures that happen to have 2 sentences. But yeah, here we go. No, Dr. Sex, you can't be here.
This is the one I had pulled up. You gotta believe me. The second line. The doctor turned around with the x-rays. This also explains the aching you've been feeling in your bones. I mean, we're 1 for 1 so far. I'll be surprised if that continues, but sure, why not? Next up, we got,
especially considering that this picture has 3 sentences on it, because the second sentence was I ate an apple today before the doctor speaks.
The fuck are you even on the right fucking subreddit? What the fuck are you on?
2 sentence.
Oh man! All right, next up we got...
wait, hold on. 2-sentence 2 horror. I am on the wrong subreddit.
You're on the joke. You're on the parody.
Look, man, why is that the first one that shows up? I genuinely, I was like, oh man, this subreddit fucking sucks now. What the hell?
Hey, it did lead to Dr. Sex diagnosing what was wrong with our patron's bones. So, you know. All right, next up we have follow anime out of context on Blue Sky. If Shaun hasn't followed me back by now, then Rem will do potty quirks the next pre-banter. Ubauk.
He can't because I have a special thing planned for the next pre-banter.
What the fuck? Fuck you. I also have a special thing planned. It's called Potty Quirks.
Go fuck yourself. Why can I not find the fucking subreddit?
It's 2-sentence horror. It's so simple.
Yeah, it's not pulling up when I search that.
It's reddit.com/r/2-sentence horror.
Well, God forbid for me using the app. Apparently the app fucking is broken.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's likely to be user error.
No, because I Google it and it shows up immediately, but in the app it's not showing up. Which, like, maybe because I'm not signed in, I don't fucking know. Alright, sure. Yeah, let's see, top past year. There we go. Sorry, I forgot my room number. My wife Anna booked the room, said the man calling.
Well, it wasn't my skin yet.
That one didn't work as well, I don't think.
It didn't. No, hey, look, some work, some don't, alright? That's the nature of randomizing them together. Next we got piss on my body, whip off my flesh, fist down my throat, crawling on my knees because I know you like it. I know how you like it.
Fascinating. God, some of these, like, I just don't want to read the first sentence because of how bad they are.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. For my final wish, I asked the genie to give me the ability to speak and understand all animals.
I was gonna say this must be a common trope. I was planning to use my third wish to free the genie, but instead I used it to become immortal.
Well, that's just contradictory. That's just...
I guess genies must be a common one, because I don't know how we could have both landed on genies if there aren't a lot of genies in 2-sentence horror.
Yeah.
Alright, and last but not least, women!
Agreed. The sign read, "Do not look away from the entity. It moves when you are not looking."
As I stand here with tears in my eyes, a trash bin full of disappointment, and a noose around my neck, I hope this last letter they get from me is finally good enough for them.
Jesus Christ.
I think we all agree that was a successful experiment. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to reach out for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can send us an email over on animeoutofcontext@gmail.com. Yeah. I was in the old... I was in the old cadence, where that's the first half, and not the new cadence, where that's it.
Yes, correct. Because fuck Twitter.
Yep.
Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. We love and appreciate you very, very much. And as always, don't fuck your sister.
Do 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 do.